Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting a lot more ladies probably than gentlemen, but he is here. The time has arrived. Scott Baio is on the phone. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Big J. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty dang good. We keep getting texts just all morning from random women just talking about how cute you are and how hot you are, and I'm sure it's just, you're probably like, welcome to my world, Big J.
No, they're just really bored.
Exactly. Nothing else to talk about. Well, we have something to talk about, and sometimes I get off track and start talking about pizza or something, and before we move on, let's actually talk about what you're promoting here, because this is big. It's Nick at Nite's it's changing its direction a little bit from the Nick at Nite we all know from, 15 years ago, and you're a part of the big change because of your show, See Dad Run.
Yes, it's their very first original scripted sitcom in primetime. It's on Sunday nights at 8:30. So we're a runner.
There you go. And so tell people a little bit about what the show is. You are the dad that people are seeing run, correct?
Yes, I am a guy who's a very big television star whose show ends and he goes home. He's to his wife and 3 kids, and his wife decides that she wants to go back to work now on her soap opera, and she leaves him with the 3 kids, and he really doesn't, he knows them, but he doesn't know all this sort of quirks and foibles and all that kind of stuff, so he's got to get to know them again and help them get out of the house for school, and it makes for good fun, and it's just a good, clean family sitcom that you can watch with your kids. You're not going to be offended. There's no
full frontal
or rude stuff in it. It's just a good show. It's a traditional family show.
That's good. That's kind of a cool thing to have on TV, because a lot of them are. Even shows that come on right at the time that you'd be eating dinner and then turning on your TV with your kids are a little rough. And offensive.
A lot rough.
Yeah,
a lot rough.
Tons of adult humor. Yeah, those even Disney shows with their innuendos and stuff. You're saying this one, See Dad Run on Nick at Nite, is family friendly.
Very much so, and there's adult humor in it, but it's not overtly sexual humor where it's really, I don't want my kid to hear that.
Yeah.
There's adult humor in it, but it's mild. It's not. I watch shows on the big networks, and I'm going, really?
I know.
You just say that. I'm 52 years old from Brooklyn. I'm offended. Just take it easy, people.
I watch 2.5 Men, and I'm not personally offended, but I'm offended just the fact that they can get away with it on network television, but I can't get away with it on my morning show. I'm like, that's not fair. Gosh.
Well, I don't know I don't know where the line is on that, but I guess they feel like they're losing audience, so they have to shock you. I don't know. I was in the network for a long time, and you couldn't say pregnant. So
wow.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, times have changed. Times have certainly changed. And your career has been all over the place, too. As you said, you went from the network shows to doing kind of the reality thing. Now you're back on just kind of a traditional television show. What's your favorite time of the career? Like, did you like the early days better because it was just all hopping? Do you like it now where you're kind of, more settled in, family situation, working a little bit on the side? What point in your career do you look back on and say, like, man, this is where it was perfect? Chachi?
No, that's a great question. Well, there's 2 ways. One, always the first thing is always sort of unique and fun and exciting. And it's new, and you don't quite know where it's going to take you, and all these doors are opening up for you, and that's always great. But then right now, like I said, I'm 52 years old, and I've got a wife and a beautiful little girl, and I'm at a place in my life where I just go, you know what? If this show ends tomorrow, I just grab my golf clubs and I'm done, and I'll go play some golf. As much as I love doing the show, it's not the end of the world for me anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I get to enjoy every single day of going to work.
That's a good point.
As opposed to what's next? What am I doing next? What am I doing next?
Yeah, that's got to be nice to kind of relax. Obviously, early in your career, it's like you said, what's next? You're always looking because you've got to pay for stuff. You got to buy a house. You got to plan for, having a wife and a kid someday. And now you've got all that, and you're kind of working just because you enjoy it and it's fun. And do you plan, say the show did just randomly get canceled here, and it's, would you go out looking for another project, or is it like you kind of would retire unless something popped up that was just that good, or are you still interested in staying in the game for a while?
Well, I was pretty much retired before this show came along, and I get a phone call from Jason Hervey, who's my partner on this, and he says, "Will you read something?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Please read." I said, "No, please don't make me read anything. I just don't want to read anything." He said, "Why not?" I said, "I just don't want to get. I don't want to get sucked back into this." And I said, "Do you like it?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Well, then do what you got to do, and I'll talk to you later." And next thing you know, it's sold. And I'm like, what the hell happened? I was happy. I was living my life, and now I'm doing this again. But then once I got back to work, I'd forgotten how much that I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, if it went away, no, I wouldn't go.
You're
look
not
for anything.
Yeah, you're not hunting for projects. Somebody'd have to hunt you down and force you to read something really, really, really good before you do it. So there, I mean, you feel like your career. There's nothing in your career that you feel like, man, I wish I would have done that. Like I wish I would have done, Equus on Broadway, or I wish I would have played the West End over in London or anything like that.
No.
Good.
Not Equus or the West End in London. No. Of course, every actor says, "Oh, man, I wish I'd done a Scorsese film or something like that." But what happens is, as you get a little bit older, I go, if Scorsese called me right now, would I really want to go to wherever, Greece for a month and wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and, oh, God, I want to go back to sleep and I'm away from my family and my life? Your perspective on life changes, or mine has anyway.
Exactly. That'll be awesome. I can't wait for Scorsese to call you and you just say, "Screw it. I'm not going to Greece, you idiot. Find somebody else."
Marty, I'm busy. I can't right now.
I'm golfing this afternoon, Marty. Right. Oh, that's awesome. Well, the show you can see Scott Baio in, which might be the end. It might be, like he's saying, hey, who knows what's going to happen after this? If you like Scott Baio and you want to see him do his work, see Dad run. Nick at Night, Sunday nights. It runs Sunday at 6:30 here in Billings. So check it out, Sunday 6:30, Nick at Night. It's a original program. They're doing well. Good show, family fun for the whole family from a family man himself now, Mr. Scott Baio. It's been great talking to you, Scott, man. Thanks for taking the time for us, and good luck with the future, man, and enjoy life.
Thank you, Big J.
Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.